In the heart of the city, a mystery unfolds. A Good Samaritan is on the loose, spreading joy and generosity, yet nobody knows who they are. In this urban landscape, where towering skyscrapers meet bustling streets, a riddle is being woven into the fabric of everyday life. An anonymous benefactor, a faceless giver, a mysterious Samaritan, has been stealthily performing acts of kindness that have left the city intrigued and bewildered. They leave money in collection containers, pay people's bills without a trace, and shower children with anonymous gifts. Their actions, though shrouded in mystery, are laced with a purity of intent that is palpable and infectious. Yet, the question that hangs heavy in the air is, who is this secret Samaritan? In the city's upper echelons reside our suspects. Wealthy individuals, their lives are a stark contrast to the humble actions of our anonymous do-gooder. There's the high-powered CEO, always too busy for anything outside of his business empire. The socialite, whose life revolves around parties and fashion. The tech tycoon, more comfortable with algorithms than altruism. And the retired millionaire, who seems more interested in growing his wealth than sharing it. Each of them, ensconced in their world of affluence and privilege, seems an unlikely candidate for our Samaritan. Why would they, from their lofty perches, descend into the world of anonymous giving? What could possibly drive them to shun recognition and embrace this cloak of anonymity? Yet, as we delve deeper into this mystery, we should remember that appearances can be deceiving. Wealth and status, while often blinding, do not necessarily define a person's inner character or their capacity for compassion and kindness. Could it be that our Samaritan is hiding in plain sight, masquerading as one of these wealthy city dwellers? Or could they be someone entirely different, a person seemingly ordinary, yet extraordinary in their benevolence? As we unravel this enigma, let's not forget the message that echoes through the Samaritan's actions. The true measure of greatness lies not in wealth, but in the compassion and willingness to help those around us. Who could this secret Samaritan be? Could it be one of our wealthy suspects, or someone completely unexpected? Our Good Samaritan has a fondness for collection containers, but there's something peculiar about the containers chosen. You see, our anonymous benefactor doesn't just place their donations in any old container. No, their choices are far more specific than that. The containers they choose are always located near places of work, never leisure. Quite a fascinating pattern, wouldn't you say? Each donation spot is within the vicinity of bustling factories, busy offices, or echoing construction sites. Nowhere near parks, cinemas, or shopping centers. It's as if our Samaritan feels a deep-rooted connection to these places of labor. It's as if they're telling us something about themselves, something about their own life. Perhaps this Samaritan is more connected to labor than luxury, to work rather than wealth. Our Samaritan seems to have a connection to hard work. An intriguing clue, isn't it? How does this piece fit into the puzzle? What secrets does it reveal about our mysterious Good Samaritan? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this enchanting mystery. Like and subscribe for more enchanting mysteries. Our Samaritan doesn't stop at charity containers. They've been paying off strangers' bills too, but not just any bills, mind you. Our mysterious benefactor seems to have a particular preference for utilities: electricity, water, heating, the essentials of life that can often become burdensome when ends are hard to meet. No record store tabs, no extravagant restaurant bills, just the bare necessities. This pattern suggests that our Samaritan knows the struggles of making ends meet all too well. They understand the weight of a bill sitting on the kitchen table, the anxiety that accompanies an envelope from the utility company. It's a clue that paints a picture of empathy, of lived experience. So, what does this tell us about our enigmatic Good Samaritan? They're not just generous, they're thoughtful, considerate. They're someone who's been there, who's felt the pinch of poverty. Our Samaritan knows the burden of bills, another clue that takes us closer to our mysterious benefactor. Children are also recipients of our Samaritan's generosity, receiving anonymous gifts. But these aren't your typical presents adorned with frivolous trimmings and unnecessary extravagance. No, our Samaritan's gifts are practical, educational, and thoughtful. They're tokens that spark curiosity, fuel imagination, and foster knowledge. Think of a geometry set for a budding mathematician, a stack of storybooks for an aspiring writer, or even a simple globe for a child who dreams of traveling the world. These gifts may not be the most luxurious or expensive, but they are the ones that matter. The ones that can change a child's life, one equation, one word, one country at a time. This tells us something about our Good Samaritan. It tells us that they believe in the power of education, in the importance of practicality. Our Samaritan is not just a giver, they're a teacher, a mentor, an advocate for learning. A Samaritan who values practicality and learning. The mystery deepens. It's time to unravel the mystery. Who is our Good Samaritan? As the pieces of this enigmatic puzzle slowly fall in place, we find ourselves at a surprising twist in our tale. Our Good Samaritan, contrary to initial speculations, is not the wealthy benefactor we might have expected. Instead, we find a humble, hard-working individual whose wealth lies not in their pocket, but in their heart. What led us to this conclusion, you ask? Let's revisit the clues. The collection containers, remember? They were found in places frequented by our humble Samaritan during their day-to-day grind. Workplaces, local stores, community centers, places that might seem ordinary to the affluent, but held a special significance for our Samaritan. Then, we had the anonymous bill payments. These were not random acts of generosity, but a thoughtful understanding of financial struggle. The bills paid were not for luxuries, but for necessities, utilities, groceries, school fees. These are the burdens our Samaritan knows all too well, and in their empathy, chose to lighten for others. Lastly, let's not forget the anonymous gifts. Not extravagant, but practical. Not whimsical, but educational. Gifts that could make a real difference in a child's life. Again, we see the hand of someone who understands the value of practicality and education. Someone who knows the hardships of life, but also the ways to overcome them. In the end, our Good Samaritan is not a mysterious, wealthy figure, but an ordinary person with an extraordinary heart. A person who, despite their own struggles, works tirelessly to bring joy and relief to others. A person who embodies godliness and compassion, proving that greatness isn't about wealth, but about the willingness to help those around us. So, as we close this chapter of our enchanting mystery, let's carry forward the spirit of our Good Samaritan, reminding ourselves that every act of kindness, no matter how small, matters. And remember, there's always another mystery waiting to be unraveled. Our Good Samaritan, an embodiment of godliness and compassion, proves that greatness isn't about wealth, but about the willingness to help those around us. Like and subscribe for more enchanting mysteries.